every penny of the $400,000 raised by strangers to give a kind homeless veteran a new start after he spent his final $20 to buy a stranded woman gas has been spent by her and her boyfriend, according to the man's lawyer. In a devastating outcome for Johnny Bobbitt, after what seemed like an end to his strife with the couple, he and his lawyer discovered the fund was depleted on Tuesday after finally winning control of it 9 months after it was set up to help him. "There is no money left. Where the money went, I have no idea," Bobbitt's lawyer Christopher Z. Fallon Jr. told NJ.com on Tuesday, adding Bobbitt was completely devastated by the discovery. It comes less than a week after Kate McClure and Mark D'Amico, the couple who set it up then withheld it from him, went on national television to claim there was still well over $150,000 left. They insist that they have not spent the money on themselves and that they spent $200,000 on care for Bobbitt. Whatever cash they did give him, they say he spent it on drugs. After Bobbitt shared his story earlier this month, Gotham launched an investigation into the couple's handling of the fund. It seemed Bobbitt had triumphed when a judge earlier this week ordered the couple to give him control of the account. Now, Bobbitt and his lawyers have asked for a forensic accountant to examine the couple's records and determine if they misspent any of the money. They met in November last year when McClure, a receptionist for the State Department of Transportation, ran out of gas in Philadelphia on her way home. Bobbitt was sleeping in the street and he used his last $20 to buy her gas and get home safely. She shared his good deed on social media and launched a Gotham page in the hope that strangers would return his kindness. Within a month they had raised $400,000 for him, and he was excitedly planning a new life. There were promises of trusts and retirement accounts, financial advisor and lawyers, but Bobbitt now says none of what the pair told him he would receive panned out as planned. Instead of turning over the money to him, they maintained control of it and only once gave him a lump of cash. Rather than buy him a house, they bought him a trailer which was then kept on land owned by McClure's family. He did not get the pickup truck of his dreams and instead was given a second-hand SUV which they have since sold. McClure and D'Amico insist that he wanted the trailer and car and that, when he blew through $25,000, allegedly on drugs, in just 13 days, they decided he could not be trusted with the rest of the money. They say that an additional $40,000 was eaten up by Gotham's fees, and that another $135,000 were spent on lawyers, the trailer, an SUV, TVs, a laptop, a cell phone and a hotel, where Bobbitt stayed when he first got off the street. It is not clear what lawyers' services were given before they fell into dispute. During an interview with Megyn Kelly last week, they said they spent $200,000 on him in total, and that $150,000 was left. In that interview, D'Amico said Gotham took $50,000. They insisted that they had done nothing wrong and had not spent a single dollar on themselves. When asked for an exact figure of how much was left, they said they could not give one because the money was still being held in the account they used for themselves. McClure became emotional as she described receiving death threats from people claiming they had misspent the money on trips and shopping sprees. Since they met Bobbitt, they went on luxurious trips to Las Vegas and Los Angeles. They also got a new car, but say they paid for it with their salaries. Bobbitt is back living on the streets. He is taking drugs again. His attorneys agreed to work for him for free. In his response to Bobbitt's claims earlier this month, D'Amico told the Philadelphia Inquirer, "Giving him all that money, it's never going to happen. I'll burn it in front of him." In April, they took Bobbitt to New York City from New Jersey. They were pictured there together smiling happily for photographs. D'Amico has been arrested on traffic violations, and he has also frequented casinos, once dipping into the coffin money to take $500 which he claims he replaced afterwards. In her final upload to the page, McClure said, "Hopefully this will answer them, while keeping his privacy and the privacy of the people he is helping also." The first thing on the list is a new home which Johnny will own. He will never have to worry about a roof over his head again. Second will be the dream truck he's always wanted. A 1999 Ford Ranger. Yes, I'm serious. There will also be 2 trusts set up in his name, one essentially giving him the ability to collect a small salary each year, and another retirement trust which will be wisely invested by a financial planner which he will have access to in a time frame he feels comfortable with, so when the time comes he can live his retirement dream of owning a piece of land and a cabin in the country. A bank account will be set up for him with funds for everyday needs that will get him through until he finds a job. And lastly, he will be donating to a few organizations and people who over the last couple of years have helped him get through this rough patch in his life. This is a well-thought-out plan that Johnny, his lawyer and financial advisor, came up with in order to give Johnny the means to acclimate back into a normal life, and also to protect him and ensure he has a bright future. Bobbitt said he was never given a lawyer and met once with a financial advisor.